All right, JJ, welcome to Let's See Rideshare. Before we start, if you don't mind me asking, what do you do for a living?
I am a merchant seller on Amazon, and I sell exclusively DVDs and Blu-rays, TV shows on DVD specifically. So, the entire series of Seinfeld or Friends or whatever, Star Trek.
It is great that there are still people doing that.
Physical media is making a comeback,
I hope so.
not just with vinyl. I like movies because it gives me a chance to escape. Sometimes during the day, I'll go to the theater by myself, and it's almost like stepping into a different dimension. It's like everything is your day. All the problems are gone for 2 hours, and you're just sucked into a story. I love documentary movies, films. I like a lot of true crime or anything that's real. But I do like fantasy too. My favorite movie genre is definitely going to be documentary films. Yeah, true. I watch a lot of true crime. I find that riveting. My favorite documentary. Way to put me on the spot, Julia. Well, I would say my favorite one would be, it's an HBO special. It's called The Jinx. It's the story of Robert Durst, and I don't want to give it away, but he's a tycoon. He's a multi-millionaire, but he's also a murderer. So it's the story about that. Let's see, my favorite actor. All right, I'm going to go with Bradley Cooper and Amy Adams.
What is your favorite Bradley Cooper movie?
Maybe Silver Linings Playbook.
All right, that was a great movie.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So yeah, I snapped.
Hey, you have to rate that movie from 0 to 10?
I would give it a 9. And my favorite Amy Adams movie is American Hustle. I'm going to give that one a 10.
A 10 as well. Yeah, that was like a great cast.
Yeah, and I think Bradley Cooper's in that movie as well. Okay, my favorite movie character. It would probably be like Superman.
You have a favorite Superman movie?
I think the original, Superman 1. When I was a kid, I saw that.
Look, up on the screen. It's Superman. Superman, the movie.
And I would say this one just popped in my head too. I'm going to go with Willy Wonka. That was another childhood favorite, the original, Gene Wilder playing Wonka. I was mesmerized by him.
What happened to the man who suddenly got everything he always wanted?
What happened?
He lived happily ever after.
My favorite director would be probably, I was going to say Spielberg, and you're going to ask me my favorite Spielberg movie. Let's go with Raiders of the Lost Ark.
All right.
That's 1981. I was 5 years old. That was when you were just born.
No, I wasn't born yet. I was born in 82.
Ah, okay.
All right.
You were being made.
Yeah.
You were like a coming attraction.
Your favorite movie soundtrack, because music is everything, man.
Yeah, it is great. Let's go with Reservoir Dogs or Pulp Fiction. I love those Tarantino movies. Even the last Once Upon a Time, and that was great. Really enjoyed that one.
Well, I don't know why I came here tonight. I got the feeling that something ain't right. I'm so scared in case I fall.
Favorite Tarantino movie?
For sure, Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
I love that movie, and I have an extended DVD of that movie, and there's a bonus, and this is one reason why people like physical media opposed to streaming.
It's there.
It's there.
Touch it.
Not only that, but there's all kinds of extras, like listening to Tarantino tell you about the movie, listening to, they interviewed all the actors, the main actors in Pulp Fiction, and they said the first question was, explain what the movie's about. And all of the actors, were like, I can't explain it, don't ask me that question. And I thought that was so funny, and it is a hard movie to explain because there's several different several different plots that kind of are going on, and they all come together.
Don't connect in a way.
Yeah, like John Travolta. There were so many good ones. Remember Bruce Willis? Remember his role in that? Uma Thurman. That's right. Oh my God, it was so good.
That's my favorite movie of hers.
Travolta, where they go to that. How would you explain it? It's like
To the
cafe, and she orders a $5 milkshake.
Yeah.
Which today doesn't sound too expensive.
Oh, today it's $15.
Yeah, they would have to say $20 milkshake.
The cheapest today is $15.
Yeah.
And a $5 shake.
How do you want that shake? Martin and Lewis or Amos and Andy?
Martin and Lewis.
Did you just order a $5 shake?
Mm-hmm.
That's a shake. That's milk and ice cream.
Last I heard.
That's $5.
I've been thinking about Bruce Willis lately because
Yeah.
of what he's going through. And, I mean, what a great actor. Talk about the films that he was in. I mean, it just blows my mind. He's always been one of my favorites.
But what about independent movies? Do you watch a lot of independent
I
movies?
do. I like do you remember the movie Boyhood?
Okay.
This was the one that was filmed over several years as the boy grew up.
Oh, I know. With, what's his name?
Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Wish we could use the bumpers.
You don't want the bumpers. Life doesn't give you bumpers.
I mean, that was such a cool idea, to like when the kid was, like 5 years old, 8 years old, and then as he's 10 years old, they film more of it. I mean, it's a very risky project because people get older and they may not be willing to act. So then what are you going to do? You're screwed. You're going to find someone that looks like the kid and no one's going to buy it. The last movie that I saw, I rewatched Jaws not too long ago.
Jaws. Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, so if you had to rate Jaws,
I mean, that's a 10 out of 10. That's a perfect movie.
a movie that you think it's underrated.
It's called Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown.
Yeah, I think that's an excellent movie. I mean, maybe I don't think it's quite as good as Pulp Fiction, but that's a movie that I think is underrated, for sure.
There's only one question.
Man, I ain't getting in this trunk.
You ain't gonna be in here no more than 10 minutes.
Man, I ain't riding in no trunk for no minute.
Excellent movie.
From 0 to 10?
I give it a 9.
A 9. Now the opposite. A movie that you think is overrated.
Overrated. This might be controversial, but I think that whole craziness with Top Gun, Maverick, I think that's a little too much. Little overrated. I get it, the nostalgia of the first one, and it's awesome, and there are some very cool parts, but I think at the time it was like made to be the best thing ever, and I think it was overrated. Okay. That's the first thing that comes to mind. I would say it's a good movie. 7.
7.
Yeah.
But it's not as good as...
It's not, it was portrayed as a 9 or 10. Not as overrated. What would I like to see more of? I want to see more ad-libbing. I can appreciate that a director wants to keep a tight control and micromanage everything, but I'd like to see more go for what you feel, and let's see how this turns out. I'm going to give you a series from TV that I think a lot of people haven't seen, and I have to look up the exact name because I'm just remembering part of it. I think it's called Olive Kittredge. Yeah, this has a 94% Rotten Tomatoes. Olive Kittredge is a drama series from 2014, and I highly recommend it. This is more of like a mini-series, but my favorite TV show of all time is Seinfeld. Yeah, I could watch those over and over, have them on in the background while I'm making dinner, and it gives me a feeling of warmth.
Really?
Yeah, what does that mean? What do you mean by that?
Enjoy.
I want to see what the show is before they change the channel.
Oh, that is so true. Yeah.
That's why men hunt and women nest.
Just gives me that feeling of back in 1992 or whatever.
The world, how it was at that period.
Yeah, it's really transformative. My favorite movie scene: Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta. They bust into, they knock on the apartment door, and they open it up, and he says, and they're going to get the case. We never know what's in the case, the magic case. But that scene where the guy comes from out back with the gun and he shoots like 6 or 7 times and misses Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta. I love that scene.
I'd knock that shit off if I was you.
Die, you motherfucker!
So I think that's the one I would choose. Right. What are they? They're talking about whether or not giving a massage is can you give a massage to your boss's wife? Is that too much or not? He's like, I give my grandma, I give her a foot massage. I think particularly was foot massage was the question. I'm looking forward to the new. Like every year, there's like an amazing horror movie like that comes out. I don't know what that is yet, but I'm looking forward to the new Halloween movie of the year. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna look forward. I've been thinking about that. Like, what's it gonna be? I also like movies like Stephen King movies, such as like Misery, Pet Sematary, Creep Show. That's a good one. Yeah, Stephen King, he's the man.
What was the last movie that you've seen at the theater?
Yeah, what did I see? I went to the Music Box Theater in Chicago. It was with Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and it was called You Hurt My Feelings.
That was the name of the movie?
Yeah, You Hurt My Feelings. She overhears her husband tell his best friend that he hates her new book. She's she writes books. And she's been working on this book for like 3 years. He's read so many drafts of it. We find this out. She overheard him in a store saying how much he can't stand it. So it's called I Hurt Your Feelings. This was probably 2 years ago.
2 years.
Yeah, at the most, maybe a year and a half. It's not that long ago. I recommend it. It's a lot of fun, that movie.
He's been lying to me this whole time.
I wasn't lying. I was encouraging.
That's not true. You were lying to be encouraging.
You know what? As an actor, Mark isn't always great.
So the times when you don't think he's good, what do you say to him?
You were so fantastic.
Really?
The husband, I'll just tell you this real quick, is a psychiatrist. And there's a couple scenes in that movie that are hysterical when he's talking. He's like helping couples in therapy. It's just so funny, and it's like really out there. Like the way the husband and wife may talk to each other.
What is your favorite snack when you watch a movie?
Pretzels.
Pretzels.
I sit every night with a bag of pretzels, and I watch. It's my favorite time of the day from 8 till 10 p.m. with a bag of pretzels and my favorite show.
If you have to say, how many movies do you watch a week?
Probably just 2 movies a week. I watch a lot of 1-hour specials, whatever. It might be a 1-hour story about World War II, or it might be about an actor. I like the true stories. So I watch a ton of those. Situations people get themselves in, how they got out of it. Last night I watched one called Cabin in the Woods. It's a series on HBO.
They made a movie with that name.
Yeah, they did, right.
So I don't mean to cut you off, but
I love
take
that you have
advantage.
that. I haven't seen one of those since 1998.
You ready for the selfie?
Let's do it.
Smile.
I am.
All right. I was gonna say pretzel.
SophiesMovies.com. A huge selection of TV shows on DVD and Blu-ray, as well as I sell Beatles records and some other stuff. But check me out, SophiesMovies.com/Amazon.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.